The way things pan out, it usually is both. I think in a lot of organizations, it is analysts who start out creating value sets, and so they have a lot of the responsibility and frankly, the burden to try to make them as complete and correct as possible. Very often, you're looping in a clinician too, because there will be questions that arise while a value set's being authored that really a clinician is required to answer it, depending on the use to which the value set's going to be made. We also have a lot of organizations where it's actually physicians directly creating value sets, and when they're doing that, they usually are very focused on a very specific either clinical need or maybe a research question. So they usually can just, any questions that arise, and part of the iterative process is questions arising. So you have in your mind, oh yeah, I want to deal with pneumonia patients, and so I'm going to find all the pneumonia patients. And then as you look at the problem list items that those patients have, questions start to come. It's like, oh, do I want viral pneumonia as well as bacterial pneumonia? What about fungal pneumonia? And the questions get more and more specific as they iterate through those. So at that point, they're answering all the questions as they go from a clinical standpoint because they know what their focus is, but they're still burdened with the tooling processes of having to, express what they want in the value set and then kind of check, is this what I really want? And then they inevitably refine. And that can be a burdensome process. So we're making progress in creating tooling that will ease that whole burden and make it a very streamlined process